Good evening, everybody. My name is Alex, and tonight I'm going to be pitching a reevaluation of Coca-Cola, which was bought by the fund back in 2011. Coca-Cola, when we originally bought it, we bought it at about $33, and the original target price was about $46. Right now, it's hovering just below $42, which I listed as my target price in my pitch. So, just getting in. As you can see, this is just a chart of the last 2 years or so. And as we can see, Coca-Cola has not only underperformed the ETF, but also the S&P as a whole, which for an actively managed fund like we are is not optimal, even though it does have relatively constant growth and pays pretty good dividends. And so, unfortunately, I wasn't able to break it down by sector and tell you what specific products are the major parts of its revenue. So what I've done here is this is the breakdown by region. This big orange line that you only see in two of the parts is the revenue from the United States. Unfortunately, it was only available for these 2 years, but it was around 40% for each of Coca-Cola's total revenue comes from the United States. So if we believe that to be constant, we can see that it far outstrips the rest of the world, which is represented by these 5 very small bars when you compare them to what the United States would be. And then a major part of my pitch was the dropping soft drink consumption here in the United States. And we can see from 2004 to 2013, it went from 52 gallons a person a year to 42 gallons. That's a drop of 20%. And that 20% drop off in 40% of your revenue is not going to help you grow. And we saw that over the last 8 quarters or so. We saw Coca-Cola experience negative growth in its revenue quarter to quarter. And then when we compare Coca-Cola to the industry, we can see that its price per earnings is roughly in the area of both PepsiCo and Dr. Pepper Snapple, which are its 2 biggest competitors and really the only other 2 big players in the soft drink industry. But then when we start to look at earnings per share and price per sales, we can see a very large discrepancy in Coca-Cola as opposed to the other 2, especially here in price per sales, where Coca-Cola is at about 4, whereas the other 2 are only about 2.5, 2.3. And then here in EPS, Coca-Cola is under 2, whereas the other 2 are both well over 3.5. And then, I felt that Coca-Cola was going to drop because of all of this. But then, of course, a few risks to my evaluation were that some of its new products, such as Coca-Cola Life, which is the latest in the line of Diet Cokes and Coke Zero. It's a healthier version of Coke. I believe it has no artificial sweeteners and about 2/3 of the calories of regular Coke. And then Fairlife Milk, which is a milk that Coca-Cola takes through a process where it breaks it down into its milk's 5 key parts and then mixes them together in an ideal ratio. So there's no lactose, it has more protein, and it has less sugar. And so I felt that this was a risk to the company because while I was assuming that neither of these products would take off, that if either one of these products shows immediate growth and immediate sales in the market, we could see Coca-Cola's revenue go back up or grow from where it has been. And then another risk to my evaluation is that of all the people that stop buying soft drinks, what else are they going to be buying? They may turn to some of the healthier options that Coca-Cola offers. So if somebody decides to stop buying Coca-Cola but starts buying Minute Maid as a replacement, then we don't see any drop in revenue. We just see it shifting from one product to the other. And so that's a large risk to the to my evaluation as well. And then finally, we had the valuation, and after going through the financial model, we found that the price per share for Coca-Cola should be just under $30 as opposed to where it is right now, which is just under $42 a share. And so we can see a large discrepancy, and I believe that because of the weakening revenue that Coca-Cola is experiencing, we're likely to see it fall closer to this range in the coming years, which will which is why Coca-Cola has not experienced great growth recently and will in the future. And so, are there any questions? Here's.
So like the big shift in like the soft drink industry has been towards carbonated beverages.